Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Sergio. I am your truck sales consultant here in Frederick, Colorado. And I'm extremely excited that you have tuned in with us today because, as you can see, we have a special video that we're going to be doing. These two rigs back here, we got a 112, M2 112 Summit hauler. And on my side over here, we got an M2 106 Plus Summit hauler as well. We're gonna talk a little bit about the differences in performance, which is really the biggest difference in both of these is performance, what the capabilities that they have, what they can and cannot do, but also very special, we're gonna talk about Elite Support certified service centers. Transwest is an Elite Support certified service center for Freightliner, and we are one of the best service centers out there. And as this video moves along, I want to explain to you exactly why that is. So like I said, welcome to this video. I'm excited that you're here, but let's go ahead and do just a quick walkthrough. I want to start out with this 106 Plus. As you can see, this is a giant looking truck. It is a giant truck. Very clean looking. You got your modern, clean LED headlights right up here. Your Freightliner 3-piece bumper, you guys already know about that. And your typical custom Summit hauler chrome grille that just looks excellent. There's an awesome logo right there. I really love how that looks. It's one of the better logos I've seen for sure. But one thing that you got to notice with this is a 4x4. A lot of the videos that we've done in the past have been just a regular rear, just one of the regular trucks. This is a 4x4. Look at the size of this wheel well. Look at the size of these wheels. This is a huge difference from your regular 106 Plus. It's just giant. It's so beefy. It looks very mean, and it just looks great. But as you can see, you know, we have your safety track system here with the non-slick rubber on it. Easy, safe for you to jump on the truck in any conditions. You got your same storage bins, then your regular 106 Plus as well. And back here, you can notice that significant difference in that gap in between the tire and the wheel well there. It's just such a beefier truck, beefier tires. What we got here are Bridgestone, and the size of these are 385, 65, 22 and a half. So this is a giant tire, and it just looks awesome. I really love the look on these trucks. They look very awesome. And again, it's a 4x4, so you can have peace of mind to drive in any terrain with your trailer, with your hookup, and you're gonna be good to go, especially in winter conditions when it's icy out there. But as you already know, the 106 Plus, we got the Cummins L9 diesel engine with 360 horsepower. So much room there in the engine bay with this forward tilting compressed fiberglass hood. 360 horsepower and about 1,150 foot-pounds of torque with the Allison 3200 TRV transmission. A truck like this, with this amount of horsepower, with this amount of torque, the applications for these trucks, you know, it's really more for like recreational purposes. If you have a fifth wheel, you know, you have a camper, you'd like to go out have a long weekend road trip, and you want to just park out somewhere in the forest or any RV campsite, this is the truck to do it. It's a seasonal recreational truck, and because it can be used as a recreational truck, you do not need a CDL. As long as you're not using it for commercial purposes, of course. You know, if you're not making money or any profit, if you're hauling around your personal vehicles, you do not need a CDL. It's just a recreational vehicle. The 106 Plus has a GVWR of 19,500 pounds and a combined weight rating of about 33,000 pounds. So this can definitely do the job to pull around your fifth wheels, to move around in some of the campsites there. Now, moving on here to the 112, I'll go ahead and show you on this side what the engine looks like, the engine bay. This is a Detrit DD13 with 525 horsepowers in this drivetrain. It is a huge difference. It is a significant increase in horsepower. This is a monster of a truck with 1,850 foot-pounds of torque on the DT12 automated manual transmission, okay? Automated manual transmission. That might be a new term for you, like it was for me. This automated manual transmission, the way I can explain it is you have no clutch, you don't shift gears, but it drives like a manual transmission. The gears are automated. So as you jump in the truck and you're driving those first gears, it goes straight to gear number 2 because 1 is just really low, but it's doing the gear shift on its own. It's automated, right? And it's a 12-speed transmission versus the 106 that is a 6-speed transmission. So yeah, 525 horsepower, 1,850 foot-pounds of torque. This is like a wise man said, a semi in disguise, okay? But even though this is a much bigger, stronger truck, as you can see, it is average sized compared to that 4x4. And you can tell that by the size of the tires here. You got the Michelin, the Sun here, let me see, you got 275, 80, 22 and a half there on the size of that tire. So yeah, these 112s, this is a 2026 Freightliner M2 112 Summit hauler. We have 2 of these in stock for the moment. We got a 3rd one on the way. This is a favorite of the people that own, you know, big construction companies that got to haul around just some big, heavy construction equipment. This is the truck that you need for that. You got people that are moving around just a ton of livestock that are extremely heavy loads. The GVWR of this truck is about 30,000 pounds with a combined weight rating of up to 80,000 pounds. So again, this is a semi in disguise that can take on any load. But because the weight rating on this is significantly higher than the 106 plus, every 112 that you're gonna see in the market comes with a 12% federal excise tax that is added on to the sales or the MSRP price on these trucks. It's a federal tax that is included because of the weight of the truck. So keep that in mind as you're shopping around and you're making that decision. This is the GVWR is 30,000 pounds with a combination weight rating of up to 80,000 pounds. So it is a monster of a rig. Now, as you know, with trucks like these that are not, they're commercial grade trucks, they're not consumer grade diesel pickup trucks. The service and maintenance intervals, the service that is required is much different. Okay, it's not super complicated, it's not super complex, but it is something, kind of a learning curve that you will have to get over if you are upgrading from a pickup truck to a medium duty truck like one of these. But I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the differences, what that is. Of course, if you go to an Elite Support certified service center like here at Transwest here, or any Transwest in the state of Colorado, the technicians there will give you a much thorough explanation of what that looks like. But just a brief overview of what some of the service intervals are. On the 106 here, what you're looking at is, I'm going to break it down into 4 categories for you. I'm going to do that at the 106, and then once I'm completed here, I'll jump over to the 112. But the 4 different categories are extreme severe towing, you got severe towing, your normal towing, and your light. So that's 4 categories for you to know and keep in mind. The 106, if you are doing extreme severe, now you can be the judge of what extreme severe is, but you know, if you're hauling every single day, if it's long hours, heavy loads, if you have your throttle on to and pedal to the floor, pedal to the max, which you can do obviously on a medium duty truck, you can have the full throttle open for the distance that you're driving without damaging the engine or the transmission. Extreme severe duty, every day hauling, every day towing, pulling hard, you're going to expect to do your service intervals, your oil change every 6,000 miles. okay? 6,000 miles, which on a truck like this is not too bad. That's what I do on my little sedan that I drive around, is every 6,000 miles, I'm changing that oil. You know, diesel pickup trucks might be similar to that, but extreme severe, you're hauling every single day, you're towing extremely heavy, every 6,000 miles to keep this properly maintained. Now, if you're not doing extreme severe, but it's still a severe type, you know, you are driving every single day, but it's not an extremely heavy load. There's still some leeway there. It's every 15,000 miles. Your normal, which I would say, you know, if you're driving once a week, twice a week, you got your normal fifth wheel, and you like, you know, cross-country driving, but it's not super heavy, you're not really taxing the engine or the transmission, you're okay with doing a service on 30,000 miles, okay? You heard that right. Service every 30,000 miles with your normal towing, normal hauling. That is a huge difference from any consumer grade vehicle. Keep that in mind, because that means lower costs for you, lower worries, lower stress of having to find and get in line into a service center. And that leaves me into my last category, which is the light towing. And this, again, because like I said before, this is a recreational vehicle. You know, if you use it once or twice a year, because it's what you use to haul your fifth wheel and you take your family out on vacation, things like that, but the rest of the year is just sitting down, you're going to expect to do an oil change once a year or 50,000 miles, okay? So that is a huge plus with a truck like this versus a consumer grade diesel pickup truck, that the service, this is not a, it's not extra. It doesn't require, you know, so much maintenance like any consumer fragile vehicle would. Now, with that said, we'll move over here to the 112, and we'll talk about the 4 different intervals, and we'll start with the extreme severe hauling, extremely severe towing. You know, you're towing 60 to 80,000 pounds on this truck. You're using it for your construction site, you're moving tools around, heavy equipment, and you're just beating on it every single day. You expect to do your service change, your oil change at 35,000 miles. Now let that sink in a little bit. You're using this truck for what it's meant to, for superior towing capacities, and yet despite that, only every 35,000 miles in extreme severe duty is when you would do an oil change on a rig like this. That is a significant number right there. And it only gets bigger. So yeah, extreme severe, and then we go to severe towing, severe hauling, which is gonna be less than, you know, a construction site, but you're moving around cattle, livestock, a lot of animals, back and forth on your ranch, whatever that looks like. You're gonna do an oil change every 40,000 miles. Okay, 40,000 miles. That 40,000 miles, man, is like you'd forget your name by the next time you got to do an oil change at 40,000 miles. And then we'll go into the normal hauling, normal towing. You're going to do it every 55,000 miles. And of course, you got your lightweight towing on a truck like this, which I don't really expect anyone to do any light towing, because you buy this truck is because you're going to use it, you're going to enjoy it, and you're going to milk the price on one of these, and that would be every 65,000 miles. Okay, 65,000 miles. Trucks are breaking down at 65,000 miles, and you'd be barely putting your first oil change on a truck like this. So really consider what a commercial grade truck can do versus a consumer grade truck does, especially for you hot shotters, you know, that like to use a diesel pickup trucks to carry around loads across the country, man. For your uptime, for money in your pocket, an investment like this right here is really, in the long haul, is gonna give you the best bang for your buck. I have seen a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of hot shotters that are already using a rig like this, and they know exactly what I mean. If they're seeing this video right now, shout out to all those YouTubers out there doing the dirty work so that you won't have to do it. But with that said, you know, it is kind of complex. It can be complex memorizing all those numbers, you know, dealing with commercial grade parts. You might think to yourself, you know, I'm used to doing some maintenance myself. I'm used to just getting in the hood of my diesel pickup truck, and I already learned how to do it. I have all the tools to do that, and something like this can seem a little bit above my pay grade. And that may be true for some of you, you know, depending on how much work you want to put into learning your own truck. But I would also remind you of Elite Support certified service centers, okay? This eliminates that stress for you to try to do any repairs on your own, especially if you're on the road. For example, this 112, if you're hauling across country, this 112, and then a code comes off on your dash, something's happening, that code comes off and is telling you, you know, hey, there's something wrong with the truck. Actually, this truck comes with a virtual technician. Virtual technician. That code is going to send you by email or by text to your phone and telling you this is exactly what's wrong with it. This is the repair that it needs, and this is how long it could take, and it's going to tell you you need to pull off immediately, or it's going to tell you, hey, you're good to finish your tow. You're good to finish to get to the destination, and then you can put it into a service afterwards. So the virtual technician is going to tell you in that moment as that code just comes up. So that is a great addition. Not only is it going to notify you, but it's actually going to notify Detroit. It's going to say, hey, this engine is going on with this and this and this, and Detroit's going to get a hold of you and again make the recommendations. Those recommendations is going to tell you what needs to be done to help you make an educated decision on the spot, on the moment. You don't have to worry about, again, completing the getting to your destination, or if you need to pull off in that moment, you're going to know on the spot. Okay, but if you do happen to be in a situation where you do have to pull off, you can go on a Freightliner website. By zip code, you're going to find any Freightliner service center around you in your area by zip code. Freightliner has more than 300 service centers across the entire country. Okay, that gives you the peace of mind to be able to travel in anywhere that you've never been before and know that if something happens, you're going to have someone there to help you out immediately. Okay, now if you're in that situation and you're pulling into a Freightliner service center, you would want to prioritize or even prefer to go into an Elite Support certified service center. Okay, not all Freightliners are Elite Support certified service centers. Try to say that 5 times 5. Elite Support certified service centers, Elite Support certified. Okay, you get my point. But yeah, not every Freightliner is an Elite Support certified service center. But Transwest is. Okay, and you can go in and you can even verify if that service center is an Elite Support certified service center. And you're asking, why would I do that? Why does that even matter? It really matters. There's a huge difference between just a regular Freightliner service center and an Elite Support certified service center. And I'm going to just read a few bullet points here for you on the biggest differences from those two. In an Elite Support certified service center, the things that they prioritize is customer service, customer comfort, and communication with the customer. We have a customer lounge with extremely comfortable seating, free Wi-Fi, you get free television services, you get free coffee, free water, we have vending machines. It's a very comfortable place for you to sit back and relax as your truck is being maintained, okay? That's one of the biggest things that Elite Support service centers has for the customer. But not only that, you can relax and have peace of mind that you're sitting in such a comfortable seat because the people that are under the hood of your truck are all level A type certified technicians, okay? Level A type certified technicians. It's not just your normal diesel pickup truck technician. It is a Freightliner certified level A type, a diesel technician who's gonna go in there, and what he's gonna do is give you express assessment. A Elite Support service center is committed to giving you, within the first 2 hours, a diagnosis of what your truck is happening. Obviously, if you have the 112 with the virtual technician that doesn't come with the 106, it's not going to happen. You're gonna know sooner than that, because this is going to send you an email or a notification right away making that recommendation. That way you can just pull in and say, hey, this is what my truck is saying, this is what the virtual technician is saying, and they can even skip that diagnosis maybe and just go right into repairs because they can trust that diagnosis that the virtual technician is making. So express assessment, they're going to give you within 2 hours, they're going to tell you that And if it's something that can be fixed in under 4 hours, if it's a repair that can be done in under 4 hours, they're gonna prioritize that repair for that day, and they're gonna get it done. They're gonna get it done. That way you're not having to spend the night at that place. You're not having to wait long hours. If it's something that can be done in under 4 hours, they're gonna prioritize it to get you back on the road so that we can maximize your uptime, because downtime is bad for us as it is for you as well. And we understand that very, very well. And one of the best things about Transwest and coming to get maintenance here at Transwest is that we can follow through on that commitment of doing a repair in less than 4 hours, because we have a dedicated warehouse with all the parts that you need in stock. That warehouse here in Frederick, Colorado is just 30 minutes down the road from Transwest. Dedicated to having all the parts in stock always, so that we're not running around trying to order parts from any other place. We have that available for you. And that's one of the greatest assets, one of the greatest advantages that Transwest have from every other Elite Support certified centers is that dedicated warehouse for just parts. And so as you can see, we went over on this video, we did an overview of the differences between the 106 Plus, the 112, the capabilities, the type of different applications for you. And right now the question is, what are you waiting for? Really the question is, are you ready to make that decision today? And if you're not, look, give me a call. Here's my phone number. You got my email address there. I am happy and willing to answer any of your questions, any doubts that you have, or any misunderstandings that you may have on the Freightliner M2 chassis, things like that. I am willing and available for you. I don't want you to leave with any unanswered questions. I want you to make an educated decision when you purchase a truck like this. When you purchase a truck like this, you qualify immediately to be serviced in a place like Transwest, where again, you get express assessment, express repair, the greatest customer service, customer communication, and the best customer experience that you can have to maintenance your truck. And with that said, I thank you for joining with me today and coming every single day, and I will see you next time in our next video.